Hello guys, welcome to my channel. So this is the part 2 video of the heart failure where I am covering the drug therapy for heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. So when the patient is diagnosed with heart failure with reduced fraction, we have to start the 4 drugs that are renin-angiotensin system inhibitors, beta blockers, mineralocorticoid receptor antagonists, and SGLT2 inhibitors. But if the patient has the symptoms of congestion, first we have to make the patient euvolemic before starting the beta blockers. So beta blockers are only started when the patient is euvolemic, and all the other drugs can be started. So first we have renin-angiotensin system inhibitors, in which we have angiotensin receptor neprilysin inhibitor. They contain the sacubitril plus valsartan, and the side effect is the symptomatic hypotension. And if the patient has a history of angioedema reported with the ACE inhibitor or ARB, we have to stop the ACE inhibitor 36 hours before starting the ARNI to reduce the risk of angioedema. So if the patient has a history of angioedema, ARNI are contraindicated. But to decrease the risk of angioedema, if the patient is to be started on ARNI after ACE inhibitor, so to reduce the risk of angioedema, ACE inhibitor is to be stopped 36 hours before starting the ARNI. Then we have the ACE inhibitor, which include the ramipril and which is used in the post-MI heart failure. Then we have the tendelorpil, which is post-MI left ventricular dysfunction, which is for the post-MI left ventricular dysfunction, and it improves the prognosis, preferred over ARNI in patients with hypotension. If ARNI and ACE inhibitors are not tolerated due to cost, these are the best drugs, ACE inhibitors. And then we have ARBI, valsartan or candesartan. So these ACE inhibitors and ARBI can be given alternatively. Then we have the beta blockers, and beta blockers are indicated when the patient is euvolemic, and we have to give the heart failure specific beta blockers, which are bisoprolol, carvedilol, metoprolol, and nebivolol. So these are the 4 drugs that are the heart failure specific. So these beta blockers decrease the mortality, and in patients whom beta blockers are usually avoided, is still given for the symptoms of heart failure. For example, if the patient is older, he has the erectile dysfunction or ischemic lung disease, interstitial lung disease, COPD, and peripheral artery disease. So in these cases, beta blockers are usually avoided. But if the patient is of heart failure, we have to give these beta blockers because it reduces the mortality. So the side effect is that it can initially worsen the heart failure due to severe hypotension and bradyarrhythmia initially. And contraindicated it is not given during the acute decompensation and if the signs of congestion are present. Then we have mineralocorticoid receptor antagonists that are eplerenone and spironolactone. They are given along with RAS inhibitors. If they are given along with RAS inhibitors, they can cause life-threatening hyperkalemia, especially in the case of renal impairment. So we have to monitor the patients for potassium. Then we have the SGLT2 inhibitors. SGLT2 inhibitors are usually the drugs, are usually the anti-hyperglycemic drugs, but still, if the patient do not have diabetes, they are cardioprotectives. They have the cardioprotective effect. They decrease the mortality even with or without diabetes. They has actually the natriuretic effect. So the side effect is that it can cause ketoacidosis, especially in the presence of intercurrent illness, or especially if the patient is dehydrated or undergone bowel preparation, surgery, dehydrated. So in these cases, these drugs can cause ketoacidosis, and it can temporarily decrease cause the small decrease in GFR. Then we have the loop diuretics. Loop diuretics are given when we have to decrease the symptoms of congestion, that are breathlessness, peripheral edema, So patients, if patients become euvolemic, we have to decrease the dose and monitor for kidney function, weight, and electrolytes. And then we have to stop the loop diuretic after once he is euvolemic. Then we have ivermectin. Ivermectin is indicated when the sinus rhythm is 70 or more, heart rate is there. So ivermectin can be considered. Then we have the digoxin. Digoxin is only indicated when there is persistent symptoms despite all the drug therapy, all the 4 drug therapy, and the symptoms are not controlling of in the case of heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. So we have to commence the patient on digoxin therapy. So that's it for the drug therapy for heart failure with reduced ejection fraction. Hope you like the video. Kindly share among your colleagues and subscribe my channel. Thank you.